This whole best friend thing with your partner thing, I can't get over it, and it's just swinging in my head. I'm thinking I can't, like, pause, like
I think it's the same thing.
Go on.
Do you know what it is? Your partner needs to be your best. It's just
Why
a
do
thing.
they need to be? They can be a best friend.
Because your choice.
But why do
I've
they
chosen
need to be a best friend?
I've chosen you not just because I'm attracted to you from what I look at. Whatever sexual activities you get up to and whatever else not. I'm attracted to you for the fact that we get on and we're friends. Do you know what I mean? This is my best friend. This is the person that I get on with the most. I've got to build so much things with you. Do you know what I mean? I got to take your side, believe it or not, over my best friends, my man them friends. I've got to sit there and say, oh, you
do?
Of course I do. It's my
Why?
woman.
What if they're in the wrong?
If they're in the wrong, bro, you're not going to turn around and check your chick.
You know what the worst thing is? I sometimes, this is why I call myself AKA the truth. And I haven't said this in a while.
Go on.
All right? Because I'm going to tell it how it is, bro. Let's just not pretend to ourselves that we're not going to be sitting there with our, I'm vexed with that one. Yeah, all right, cool. Yeah. You know what I mean? You don't pacify it, but you know you're taking your girl's side, because at the end of the day, you might try and rectify the situation. But if your girl's sitting there saying, don't talk to buddy no more, you're sitting there saying, I'm gonna talk to him only on the times I'm not with you.
So that means
you're not my real friend.
No, one second.
You're not my real friend.
I'm not saying me.
1 second. So that means you're not taking her side. If you're talking to him only on the whatever, you're not taking her side by doing what she said.
When I say this, right, what I'm trying to say to you is you will listen to your missus. If your missus has taken a certain stance against certain things, I'm not saying you will agree with her on everything, but there's certain stances you're going to sit there and say, you're going to try and pacify and tell her, say, you know what, this is my friend in it. And if it's a situation you have to turn and say, you know what, I'm going to pacify the situation, I'm going to keep you separate, then you will keep them separate. But when it's a situation where you say you got a choice, if your missus turn and said to you, choices right now, the Empty Man Them podcast, and you have to make a choice, the man them or me. Everybody in this room is going to turn and say, love you, man them, but I'm a choose
without
my
no discussion.
I'm going to go back to the point.
I'm saying the man them will do it.
If your
missus
gave you that ultimatum right now on a text, right now, you're not even having a conversation.
Rain. So the caveat being, because I said this at the start, if your missus is in the wrong.
All right.
So if she's in the wrong...
No, I'm taking that away.
That's what I said, though.
Takes the way she's in the wrong.
No, but that's what I said at the beginning.
If she's in the wrong, then I'm
If she's
obviously
in the
going to
wrong-
sit there and advocate the right, innit? I'm never going to sit there and advocate the wrong.
But that's what you said at the time.
But I'm saying to you, I'm still going to take my missus. You're going to try and side with your missus if it means to save your relationship.
You may pacify the situation, but I don't think you can say that.
Let's be real,
being on the wrong with it.
This is what I'm saying. Let's just be real. You're going to save your relationship. You know why? Because man, them are going to sit there and say to himself, you know what? You're my boy. I love you guys. I love you like cooked food. There's nothing that I can sit there and say to myself, do you know what? I love my brethrens are my guys, man. They're my guys. I'll check for you lot for anything. All right. But if your missus, I'm not saying.
See, so you'd kick away your friend then for that conversation with your missus?
All of my friends.
So
One
yes.
of them, yeah?
So then,
like a dean, right?
if your missus then said you got to support Arsenal, would you?
That's not happening. Come on, let's just be real.
So you view your football club over your man then?
No, but I'm saying to you,
Yeah,
what I'm
you
trying
do.
to say to you.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
To answer your question is yes.
Yes, you do.
He's going to try and flower it. That is yes.
No.
I'm going to jump in at this point.
I know
There's
why I'm saying it.
There's a couple of things that you said that is complete. I think it's slewed.
I know why I'm
If
saying
I start checking, I was going to say a name, but I was like, right, that's his ex. I'm going to say a name, that's his ex. So if I'm going to, not mine.
Jane.
Emanuela, right?
Russ, that sounds like a dude,
No, I'm
bro.
joking. Well, I do know my mum. Wait a minute. So Emanuela turns around and says, I don't like Buddy. Rain's got a weird energy about him. Tongo's Tongo. Wiley's bald. I don't like any of them. You have to dash them. And in my head, I'm like, right, I want to spend the rest of my life with you. However, I can't accept that.
Buddy's bailed me out of bare situations.
I'm not going to allow...
Rain's lent me some money.
I'm not going to allow someone to dictate how I
agree.
feel about my friends.
Yeah.
How I act around them and my friends, I will tailor it.
Does
out of
length of
respect.
time, does length of time in your relationship impact that? So
let's not ask the question already.
No.
This is where the sofa splits.
No,
because you can never turn around and say to me, as I said, I've known Tongo since I was 1 digit. Do you know what I mean? Which is less than 10.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to meet a chick 3 years ago and turn around and tell me I don't like Tongo because rare. Well, then,
Are you telling me man them ain't done that? I'm sorry.
Ain't done what?
I've got to sit there.
Ain't done what?
Ain't sit there and said to themselves, if I've got to choose between Tongo or man I've known since one digit, all right, or girl that I've met for 3 years, they haven't turned and said to themselves, you know, I'm 3 years, you win. You're my woman who I have a house with.
Like going to link them to get pum pum.
No,
Yes.
bro. Eliminate being 20, fam.
And I bounce out.
No.
Yes.
Sorry, bro. Cut the
Over
mic. Cut
my
the
man
mic.
them no.
Go on.
I'm not talking about somebody when you're 20. I'm talking about somebody now. You said I've got a child with her. I've just paid my first house is with her. We've got
So a
our
long-term
car
relationship. Effectively
together.
a long-term
And she's
relationship.
turned and said to me, F Tongo. That friend of there is different. He's different type of poison. I don't want you around him. I mean, you're all right with her Rain and you're all right with her Citrus and her Wiley and her Buddy, but
Why did she talk like that?
How did you stomach that for 3 years?
Tongo.
But she doesn't like.
She doesn't like a
this
Tongo. I'm
particular
like,
person.
yeah, but Tongo's my oldest friend. Tongo, I've had him in my life since I was one digit, as
So
my man
what? So
trying
you
to say.
kicking away Tongo then?
But I'm saying to you, don't put it on me. I'm saying to you, you telling me that there's not man them out there and there's not a serious conversation to be had to turn and say, you know, we're going to have to. I'm not saying she's in the right for telling you to kick away any of your friends because anyway, the way I see it is no girl of mine is going to turn and say to me, I have to get rid of anybody in my life. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
That's something for me that I will sit there and say, that's a no-no for me.
Unless
That's a straight argument.
Unless she had a valid reason.
But she may have a value. Yeah, when he used to hit on me and I don't know. I'm making up stuff.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So
Those
it's like
things
I
you gotta
don't like
factor
him.
in.
Do you know what I mean? He's this type of way. I don't like him. And she got whatever reason she don't like him. That's cool, innit? The most I might even turn and say, all right, then cool, I won't invite him round for dinner. All right, he's still my brethren. This is me, innit? All right. But I'm saying to you, if anybody sits there and says to me that there's not a conversation to be had on this podcast right now for people that will be in a 3 to 5 to 6 to 7 year relationship and wouldn't throw away their day one if their woman turned and said, I don't like your day one. I don't like him. He's got to go. Or he can't be around us. He can't come to the house and eat dinner.
Who's dashing them away?
I'm asking you, telling me no man's deaf that no one's doing it.
Who would do it?
Lulu Fusion Life says there's man that do that for true.
Thank you. Bro, I'm not lying.
Who?
No, I believe that there are men that
There
would
are
do
men
that.
that-
I'm saying if it's an empty, who?
Right.
No, that's
we
to
can
be
do this
okay.
offline.
Well, buddy then. Buddy gonna do it. You just
Well, I
said
didn't say I've never done it. It's just
No,
to
but you
argue,
just
isn't
said-
it?
In
I'm
this
just saying that
scenario-
it's a fact. It happens.
In this
It does happen.
scenario, I can honestly say there is no situation I can say if my partner said, "Oh, I don't want you talking to this person. I don't like them," that I'm not going to stop talking to them because my
And
friendship
if
group,
it's I don't like them, what's that based on?
my
Yeah.
friendship group,
That's
Do you
the
know what I mean?
conversation you
My-
gotta
my
have.
So
friendship-
you'd have to dig a little deeper to find out what did Wiley do?
my-
Do you get what I mean?
So let me flip it around
The snake.
another way. Yeah, Lulu Fusion Life says my cousin Mail stopped talking to me because his girl don't like me and his friends.
What did she say? Her
My
cousin.
cousin.
That's
a
mad.
male
That's mad.
Oh,
That's
don't
mad.
didn't stop talking to me
Cousin.
because
Pick your family
his
better.
girl don't like me
I
and
said
his
pick your
friends.
family better.
He dropped majority of us for this girl. The problem is, and this is where it becomes a problem now. If him and this girl now break up,
What happens?
Where are you
where
going?
are you going to go?
I agree, bruv. I don't disagree with that point. I'm saying to you, it's a fact that it happens, and depending on
It
how
does
much
happen.
you,
It does happen.
and
It does
no
happen,
matter
yeah.
how
No
much
one
you feel-
say no one said it's not happening. I'm saying you said there's mandem that, and I'm thinking,
Oh,
what?
you took Mandem to be Mandem sat here.
Yeah.
No, but I
Mandem.
don't think he meant that.
No, I don't mean that. No, I'm saying to you,
I'm just turning
there's
around and saying-
man
I
them.
thought you meant
I
as
mean,
well.
don't get me wrong. There's and I'll talk about me in it. So I've got a good relationship with my ex. My missus like, why are you talking to your ex? You don't need to talk to her. She's no longer a friend. She's a friend of me. I'm like, no. We've been friends for years. I've had partners since we broke up. We've got a good friendship, but missus like, but I'm not comfortable with that. And I'll be like, I kind of respect that. I understand it because of the type of relationship I had with this individual
Right.
before I met you.
So
And
look,
I
so-
will respect that. Versus, I don't like Buddy.
Full stop. Nothing else.
Sorry,
What is it based
My
on?
spirit don't take to him.
Yeah, text him so you can't be his friend no more.
no, okay, old-fashioned ones, isn't it?
Yeah, I know.
Spirits don't
Do
take.
you know what I mean?
Oh,
To me, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
And at the
I
end of the
agree.
day, that's a judgment on your own character. Do you get what I mean? So am I going to turn around and ditch my 30-year-old relationship brethren because my missus saying I don't like
With no substance.
his energy
That's
around
not-
me?
So
That's
I
it don't make
have
sense.
to add this caveat in because obviously we're in the podcast and that. you do realize to yourself, nobody ain't got the right to tell you who to be friends with and not to be friends with. That's one of the things that I wouldn't stand for within any relationship I have with anyone. So
However,
if you tell me not to, then I won't.
People do feel
They do.
that they can turn around and say, "Do you know what?
But
I don't like him."
But to be fair, barring the whole X scenario that you brought up, is the only one I could turn and say, there's a reason for that. You know what I mean? I get it. I understand it. But my guy friends that I've got friends with, you should never ever be able to, if you don't like him, that's your problem. Ain't a me problem. Don't turn and tell me I can't be friends with whoever I want to be friends with. That's definitely my stance. All right. I'm just making it known to you that yes, your partner should be your best friend. And if your partner had this so-called this so-called thing where she wants to say, don't talk to this person, don't talk about that person, would you turn and jump ship? And there's certain man them out there that would jump ship and turn and say, yeah, well, I can't talk to you no more, Citrus. You know why? Because she don't like you no more. So if you can't make up with her,
there's certain man out there that kiss their brethren goodbye on the lips. I'm not turning around and trying to say that I'm going to measure my people against that. I'm turning around and saying to you is when I look at my friend group and all of their respective partners, their partners may not like me. Do I care?
Yeah,
I don't care.
Two shits.
Your partner, I don't give a shit. Right, I don't like Citrus. Fuck, I don't like you either. I don't care.
Wow.
Do you know what I mean? No, let's just be real. Let's be real. If you don't like me and you don't affect my life, I couldn't care less.
So what do you do? So now, okay, for example, you don't like Rain's partner.
Right?
Rain's partner don't like you.
High five.
How do you expect Rain to navigate that situation? And
I
what
would
do you
never
expect
put
to
him
do?
in a situation
To be around
where he has to make a decision between me and his partner. Because if I go somewhere and he's there with his partner, I'll go and go on,
And that's it. And
say to the partner, you could, and then I'm gone.
I agree with that.
I'm not hanging about. I'm not turning around and saying, shall we get drinks? Let's do
That
shots.
means you ain't coming to the wedding, though.
No, it's on my side.
Isn't that affecting your friendship with Rain, where you would normally, let's go and get drinks and whatever.
As much as you're correct in that question, for those that are my friends, I'd go to the bar, buy myself a drink, buddy, because he's always hanging around, and then an extra drink, and then be like, yo, bud, hold that.
It's 2 drinks for buddy.
I'll walk up to Rain, hold that. I might even say to his missus, here you go.
Here's the thing. Just
Here's a Prosecco, the cheapest one, but it's yours. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day,
Girls love Prosecco.
I'm not going to turn around and say, I'm not going to acknowledge my bedroom because his missus there, his missus don't like me.
That non-acknowledgement
mad.
is nonsense. That's nonsense.
Yeah, that don't make sense to me.
Nah, I agree with that.
Wow.
I'm saying Wagwan. Yeah.
I will say it.
So
I get side-eye beyond side-eye. I don't care. Do you know what I mean? I will make sure I do whatever I would do ordinarily with my brethren. However, I'm not going to hang about to now ruin his thing when his turn I said, you know, my missus don't really
And I'm not going to ruin
vibe with you.
you're not going to ruin your team for being in the same place.
Yeah, it don't make sense. I don't
so
get that.
let's add another caveat. What if it's like, it's now comes to they're going to get married now, and this is the situation that she don't like you.
If she don't, no, listen. If I don't get an invitation, I'm not going nowhere.
Oh yeah.
Knowing
Not forcing
knowing
you
what you said,
Well, I'm an invitation king. You should know this.
knowing that as the case, if everyone in MT, to Sirelli, to Tongo, to Wiley, even if you did one invitation and wrote all of your names
Wiley and family.
To the MT podcast.
Buddy and
to
family.
the MT podcast, and then it didn't say to
It didn't
Citrus.
say Citrus.
Mad thing.
That's me.
Mad thing. I'm putting a
Nothing.
rave on the same day for free. I'm getting Bounty Killer and Beanie Man and Vibes Cartel.
And pay White $2,000 to do a half-hour set just so he has to come.
And I'm going to get Erling Haaland and Mbappe to do kick-ups at the door. I'm just doing too much. Mash up your whole...
Mash up the whole wedding.
But you get what I'm saying? Like, for me, I wouldn't... It's happened in my family. I'll be very honest. A family member invited my mum, invited my sisters, didn't invite me.
That's mad.
Who, me?
I'm not going.
Are you crazy? I turned up in a string vest and Bermuda shorts
No way.
to give my aunt a kiss on the cheek because she flew over from St. Lucia. I wanted everyone to know that I'm here because I didn't want to make it a thing like, oh, well, how come Dean didn't turn up?
But you
no.
Bermuda shorts and a
I
vest.
rocked up to say, well, go on, if I had Crocs, I would have wore Crocs. I rocked up, not matching, not nothing, kissed my aunt on the cheek, played with my little cousin for a sec and said, I'm going seaside. And that's what I did.